Welcome along then to race day at what we hope will be another thrilling Formula One Grand Prix. Formula One returns to the desert today on this exceptional 3.36 mile circuit. 15 corners provide plenty of overtaking opportunities, and it could be a strategic race, this one, with Sakhir notorious for eating up the rear tyres. Watch out for drivers managing their rubber at some point during the Grand Prix.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, well, you guessed it, we're back, baby. And yes, absolutely. Well, good to see so many people in the chat. And of course, well, I've got to welcome, well, we did have a copyright issue during the week. Lefty can no longer be used. Of course, that was Housey. But yes, no, we're going with the middleman. Please welcome the Geordie juggernaut, Shazza.
The middle.
The middle. How are you, mate? Welcome, Chaz. Welcome.
Welcome. No, thank you very much for having me. It's I'm feeling good. I'm doing good. It's a pleasure to be here. Seeing so many familiar faces over the past few seasons, of course, in Southern Cross Racing and in Formula 4 as well. I can't wait for it. It's exciting times here.
Absolutely, Chaz. Absolutely. And we're just waiting on one driver to join. He's just doing a bit of a reset, having some connection issues at the moment. Going to get some followers and all that sort of stuff that was happening while we were doing those video intros. And we'll start at the very bottom. Salmons, thank you very much for your follow. Much appreciated, mate. Keeper followed 5 days ago and we weren't online. So there you go. Thank you very much, Keeper. Rabbi, thank you very, very much. New kid on the block. Bang, there he is, David. Welcome, David. And there he is there, of course. Inters Racing League, thank you very much for your follow. Put that up there as well for them. And who else did that? Of course, it's a little bit there. Nat Hammer as well, thank you very much. Hammer, much appreciated, mate. We've got Jono J07. Well, I tell you what, he subscribed during the driver course. And he's just done it again, 2 months in a row, Chaz. And I'm going to get this one sorted for him, of course. Thank you very much, Jono.
Oh my God, this is the best day of my life.
He's a fan already.
Thank you so much. Amazing. Yeah, amazing.
Oh, there you go,
amazing.
Thank you, mate. And
oh my God, this is the best day of my life.
There is me.
Guys, thank you so much.
Yeah, amazing. You guys are amazing. Of course, yes. Well, Chaz, I'll put the message out.
Just asked me how I want to catch it. I told him 100 large. I want them gold racks. Print it up, double R.
Let's get this sucker underway then. 17 drivers in tonight.
Absolutely, mate. And we'll just play a bit of a homage to the chat. Oh, well, Pillars in the chat, of course. One of the stewards of the league. Great to see Pills in the chat, of course. 10:30 a.m. for those UK boys, of course. You are one of them as well there. And, well, only just woke up not too long ago, of course. Missing one, of course. Junior has not made it. And I guess what? His old man was right. His old man didn't have. Say it to cease. You wish, Pills. That was a long time ago. And you said it yourself. I think the word was W. Started with a W and ended in a D. And the letters in between were washed. So, no, Pills. You're all right. You're always good, man. And, of course, the high standards that this man sets for himself. But that's not about him. It's about us. And, of course, yes, we're back. We had a bit of a hiatus on F1 24, of course. That was to be expected. Of course, the game was rubbish. And we weren't going to waste our time on that one. Of course, yes, we're back on F1 25. And, well, I'll tell you what. This game is so much better, Chaslick.
Certainly is. I mean, F1 24, I mean, like you just said there, very, not the greatest of F1 games, safe to say. But this one, loads of improvements, loads of more exciting features across the game, and we can finally get some league race out.
Absolutely, and as well, there he is. Pillars up to his old tricks again. And, well, what are we going to... Well, there you go, Pills. That's for you, mate. Just to get him something he hasn't seen in a long time. There you go. Hang on, we'll put 3 of them up for you. There you go, Pills. That's for you. 3 fastest lap symbols. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Loaded them all up, of
He loved
course.
them back in the day.
22, 23, 24, yeah, well, 19 through to 21. Absolutely there, Pills, of course, yes. 2020 being the better of the crop, I think. And we all enjoyed that one, of course, and they slowly got worse and worse and worse, and we kept buying it and hanging in there, of course. But yeah, she's come back with a bang, and so have we, of course, and looking forward to getting my teeth stuck into this one. It's been 12 months off the mic. You probably wouldn't know it the way I'm rambling on there, Chaslick, but yeah, it's what I do best, mate.
Some things never change. Some things never change. Doesn't matter how long you're out the game for. You're always going to be the same. But yeah, qualifying is underway. The 18-minute timer is starting to tick away, and we'll see which any of these drivers will get out on track first. I mean, it fairly quiet first of all.
Well, of course it is there, mate, and well, we've got to tell the viewers out there, it is a box mandatory 2-stop weekend, and of course all these guys do understand it, and if they do not do it, Chaz, we had one last season, no names, but of course he was DQ'd at the end of it all because he didn't realise it was a box, and I'm sure he's having a bit of a giggle if he's listening to me right now, but yes. I did remind him.
I'm sure he would be.
Well, I reminded him just before there, Chaz, before we went live, to make sure he was all across it. So I'm pretty sure he is. Do we have movement? We do have movement, Chaz. And who is that? We're going to see these cars out on track for the first time. Who's going to be the first one to blink? Which team is it going to be? And, well, it looks like... Hey, there it is there. It's a Falcon. Who is that? Who is that? That is JC. Oh, hang on a minute. There is a Pink Panther ahead of him. That might be Bender. No, it's not. It's a Coke in front of him. It's Salmons. Of course it's Salmons. The new kid on the block. First one out on track. Welcome to SXR there, Salmons. Great to have this lad with us. And, well, of course, let's just settle in, Chaslick. Let's just settle in, of course. Let's go through some track stats, of course, here. Of course, Bahrain International Circuit held its inaugural Grand Prix 2004, I nearly said 2004. 2004 sounds better. Of course, the first venue in the Middle East was built on the site of a former camel farm, believe it or not, Chaz, in the desert of South Manama. Bahrain's Grand Prix track is typical of most modern circuits, comprising of a few long straights, slow corners. Following its race in 2004, minor modifications were done to turn 4. Two alternative versions of the layout have been used since 2010. A longer version of the track was used, but it provided an unpopular and dropped off the calendar. Bahrain was due to hold a second race in 2020 season, of course, but yes, postponed due to the bloody pandemic. Yes, we all remember that. The track, excuse me, the track instead had back-to-back races at the end of the season, and well, the second race was held on the shorter version. Believe it or not, Chaz, the floodlights here have only been around since 2014, of course, and well, this has become an evening night race ever since that point in time, of course. Yes, we're going to do 29 laps here on a 50%, 57 on a full one. The track length is 5.412 Ks or 3.3 miles. Top speeds around here, Chaslick, we're probably looking at about 322 kph, 330 kph, around about there. And, well, pole position, this season was by Oscar Piastri, a 1 minute 29.841. The lap record in real life is held by Pedro Della Rosa, of course, a 1 minute 31.447 back in 2005, believe it or not. And well, pole position is on the left-hand side of the track here. We're at full throttle, 72% of the lap here, folks. And well, the longest flat-out section is that start-finish straight. It is 1.2 Ks to be exact there, Chaz. You're going to go through about 56 gear changes per lap. You're going to use about 9, 50%, probably 0.9 of a kilo of fuel every lap. And, well, the strategy, you're going to lose about 18 to 20 seconds in this particular pit.
It certainly adds up, doesn't it? Like you've just said.
It does that up,
all them stats there, absolutely. But But the drivers are now emerging from the pit lane, just 3 still in the pit. Everybody else is on out laps and beginning their first laps of the session. And Salmons, we've been on board with him for this full lap. He's coming towards the finish line now, activating his DRS, and it's a 1 for the rest of the field to chase.
Bogdan crosses the line. It is a 1 minute 30.9. We're going to miss a couple. There is JC, of course, Group 1 driver, 129.4. His teammate is about to follow him. Jono J07, a new kid on the block, 131.36. Of course, these are coming in thick and fast at the moment here, Chaz. But we will sort it out. It's still early doors in quali. Who is next? Of course, Fury. Well, there is the Jack Daniels car, and I've been looking forward to seeing this one out on track. He's done another fantastic job as the Fury, and well, he's put his pride all over that. Jack Daniels Racing is that one, and fantastic. It looks brilliant under lights here. Let's just see what Fury can put. Well, his first timed run here. They're all getting a clock timed under the board. Well, that came out all wrong there, Shows, but there you go. You know what I meant. 1 minute 29.295 throws him up to the top of the time charts.
Definitely 12 months out of the game. It's definitely rusty there. There's a first driver into the 1 minute 28 there, going 4 tenths quicker than Fury on pole position. Striker gets himself into the top 5, and we've got Verks, Old Footy Bender, Nat Hammer just beginning the lap. Old Footy Bender just coming around towards the final third of the lap. He's got a car just in front of him that gets out of the way. Good sportsmanship there from, I think that's the Coca-Cola driver. I can't remember, I couldn't see who that was, but got out of the way of Old Footy Bender. Coming out the final corner now into 4th gear. Old Footy Bender now, foot planted on the floor as he charges towards the line. That's a 129.858, gets him into the top 5.
Rest out on track, and let's have a look at this one. Oh, this is Lamborghini. Get a bit of a sneak peek at this one. Of course, we've got some other guys out on track. Very close. Not too sure if they're doing another lap here. They are certainly not, so we might as well flick to, of course. Well, Jazz Blue Cat's about to cross the line. We've got 1 minute 34.4. That throws him up into P9 at the moment, of course. These guys are just getting their eye in. First one of the season. Not expecting too much, of course. We did have a bit of hiatus. And, of course, the competitiveness, well, we weren't racing nowhere near as much. I don't think many of the guys were. Only a handful of them were. And we're going to fire up as this season progresses. Of course, still keep it clean. Still race hard. And keep it fair, of course. And, well, these boys know exactly all about that. And we're just watching Nat Hammer now, Chaz. He's about to take the line for his first timed run here, mate. Let's just see what he's got. He's at 29.2. And level pegging with Fury there, of course. That Nick, I don't know how to say it. That is high cut, of course. In P1, that is high cut. That is on PC, of course. We have enabled crossplay. Johnny M4, Mr. Improvement on this game, has come alive. Absolutely come alive. Tenfold on this game.
It certainly has. He's made plenty of strides forward as Johnny M4, and hopefully he can make some more this season and cross the line now just to start his lap. I mean, I tell you what, Gab, these liveries look absolutely fantastic under the lights here in Bahrain. They look absolutely brilliant. Just over 10 minutes left in this qualifying session. We've got still Johnny M4, Hounsey, Blue Dog, Verks, David and Scotty still yet to set times. And we've got a car just coming out the final corner there, trying to see who that is. I believe it is David, one of the new drivers just starting the lap.
Sorry, mate, I didn't mean to trump all over you there, buddy. But Jazz Blue Cat did improve on his time of a 134.4. He got into the 33s. So he's going to get better as this one folds out, of course. Currently watching David, one of the new kids on the block. Let's bring up these times. Of course, yet to set a time is the lad. How's he out on track as well? He's just starting a lap. Johnny M4, whereabouts is he? He's in the second sector there, mate. Well, let's just see who is further along. Where is Scotty? There he is, just starting his lap. So I think it will be Johnny M4. We're going to stick with Johnny because he's yet to do a timed run here, folks. Pillars in the chat saying a medium, soft is best strat for box around here, he reckons. And, well, that better keep it fair because... Yes, Pills, of course, and well, Ruthless, yes, we do adjudicate, of course, very, very well here, and Pills is one of the stewards. Some of the amusing conversations that we have, of course, and well, cannot be be heard on air, I dare say. But here comes Johnny, a 1 minute 29.8, and throws himself up into P8. Does the Group 2 driver, of course. Hello there, Housey. Well, the lefty used to be sitting beside me where you're sitting there, Mr. Chaslick. But no, he's out on track at the moment. We're going to watch David. He is furthest along. I think I'm going to miss one. I think I am. Jazz Bluecat is about to go again, or is in the pit lane. He is in the pit lane. So David crosses the line with a 1 minute 29.7.
Yeah, good lap there from David, his first lap on the board. We've got Housey now just coming out the final corner. Like we said, a bit of a lock-up there on the front left tyre. Nearly using all the battery he's got possible in the back of that car as he heads towards the line in that beautiful pink helmet. And he crosses the line, goes P11 there.
Absolutely, Blue Dog now on track for starting his lap. Burke, there he is there in the reserve livery. And there it is, fantastic. It looks brilliant. I'm not too sure if he's got all this. Has he? No, he doesn't. Hasn't got all of them on. He's got most of them on. Looks brilliant, that reserve livery under lights too. So the boys have done a fantastic job. And we've stuck with tradition. Mr. Housey designed that bad boy, of course. And we'll just press on. Who is furthest along? Blue Dog, I do believe, is ahead of us. So we'll stick with them.
Certainly is there, just navigating his way through the middle part of the lap. We completely missed it, Skip, but Scotty is on the front row of the grid, a 129.116 there. Brilliant lap from Scotty. Still nobody just outside the 28 to challenge Highcut for that pole position. Speaking of the pole sitter, he's just began a new lap as we're just over 7 minutes left in this qualifying session. We've got Blue Dog now navigating his way towards the final third of the lap. A 6-2 split, a 1 minute 9.052. Reduced harvesting there in that car, so he's pushing. There's a car just in front of him. I can't see who that is. And I believe it is David there. I think he's just coming into the pit lane. He's just finished his lap, of course. So we're going to stick with Blue Dog now, just navigating his way out the final corner, using every bit of that battery and DRS in the back of that car.
Well
it's a
done,
131.999. Goes P15.
He was a bit worried about the start of this one. Hasn't raced for a long time. And, well, not bad for his first banked lap, of course. And, well, that lad will get better as it goes along, of course. Here comes Verky, baby. What's he got? A 28.0. That's a bit more like it from the Verk. Of course, we are missing a couple of drivers at the moment. Tactical Genius, as we all do know, he will be back next week. Filthy Orange, formerly known as Dirty Orange. Yes, he will be back next week. And there is a couple more to believe. Yes, we've got Brian Bromley missing, and of course, Mr. Brad Tay.
Certainly have. Hopefully we can see them at some point next week for the next race. Highcut now is on another lap. He's looking, can he respond to Verks' monstrous lap as he crosses the line? It's 28.44. It's a big improvement, but it's still not quite off Verks. That's a brilliant lap from those drivers. Scotty's on a lap as well. He's about 2/10 up in that first sector. He's just navigating his way towards the middle part of the lap. We've got a car just heading towards the final part of the lap. I'm just trying to see who that is.
That is the Lamborghini out on track, but not too sure which one it is. There's only two of them on circuit at the moment, so it's either Harass or Blue Dog. So Housey in the pit lane.
Certainly is there. And I think everyone on track at the minute is just on cool-down laps. I think they're all heading to the box. If I'm
I think
maybe
Scotty's on a bit
Salmon's
of
on
a
a
fly.
competitive lap.
Scotty's, is he? No, he's not. Yes, he is. Yes, he certainly is. And beats his previous best, 128.7 from Scotty. Fantastic lap from him, of course. There is Highcut on a bit of a pull down. We'll just progress through this session as we go. Still got half of it remaining here, Chaz. And of course, as we do know, this session ain't going to ramp up until the very end of it. What the hell's going on with my computer? Going all funny. Sorry, folks.
Certainly is. The times are ramping up, of course. Salmons, I believe, has just crossed the line to improve his lap up into P7. And we have got a yellow flag in sector 3. I'm not sure what that is for, but yes, we've got just over 4 minutes left, folks, of this qualifying session. Some drivers are in the pit lane, some drivers on outlaps. Nat Hammer's just emerged out of the pit lane. Highcut's in the pit lane. Scotty, is on a cool-down lap. Jazz Bluecat is going again. He's a 10th of a second up in the middle sector, of course. Jazz Bluecat's currently the slowest man out there. Let's see if he can improve and get himself up the field.
I think he will. I think he will here, mate. And he should put it in the pit lane after this one, Chaz, and put a fresh set of boots on. Put the fuel on absolutely dry and absolutely send it, of course. How much time do we have left in this session? 3¼ minutes. So there is plenty of time for him to scamper back to the pit lane, throw a quick set of softs on and go, and hopefully improve again. Who is next on the rank? Who is that? That is Scotty. He's going back to the pit lane, of course. We have a Pink Panther. He's in Sector 3. I'm just trying to get to him. There he is there, Bopton on an outlap. So, yeah, we won't focus on him just yet. Striker in the garage. Salmon's there. He is there on a bit of a cool down, and Nat Hammer on an outlap. So, a bit of a lull here in qualifying at the moment. But I dare say, very shortly, Chaz, we're not going to get a spell.
Certainly are going to ramp things up as yeah, we can see there quite a lot of drivers in the pit lane. I think they're waiting just to the very last possible second to get themselves out of the pit lane and use every part of the track evolution as possible. Yes, Bopton is on a lap. John OJL7's just crossed the line to begin another lap as well. Housley on an out lap as well as his footy bender Harass. Yuri has also just emerged out of the pit lane as well for his final run and see if he can get push for them front row spots. But Bopton is slightly up through that first sector.
Just lost a heap of time coming out of that hairpin, spun the tyres, lost the back end, and well, he's just going to keep it all nice and cool. It is a very tricky corner, that one. Very easy to lose the rear end, of course. Use the track to your advantage. The trick to that one is go right up to the, hit the apex, and of course use the width of that exit of the corner, and you can put the power down a hell of a lot better if you do it that way, rather than taking that sharp, narrow, inside sort of line to that corner, mate.
It certainly is. You've got to slow that car down. It's almost fighting you every time you go through there. And Bopton's just going to have to charge again and go for another lap. You've still got plenty of time to do so, as we're just under 2 minutes left. And we've got still 5 cars in the pit lane. I'm not sure if they're going to get out in time. Maybe they are just about. But we'll see how things play out. Johnny JL7 is on a massive improvement here through the middle sector. 0.8 of a second almost. He is up by. Certainly is there, just exiting out the final corner now. Johnny JL7, one of the new drivers on the grid tonight. He's currently in P15. Can he improve? He improves up to P14, gets ahead of Bopton just.
Brilliant there, Jono. Brilliant, mate. Absolutely brilliant from you, of course. And, well, like I said, these boys will ramp up as this season progresses. And, well, Bender, here he is. He wants to do better than what he's got at the moment. If I know this lad, 2/10 up, well, nearly there. 1800ths up on his previous best. And let's just see how he fares here, of course, in Sector 2. He's coming up to one of the most trickiest parts of the circuit. Downhill braking, hit that apex, just right on board with him, and very good on the throttle bender. Well done, son. DRS wing wide open, and here he goes. This sort of mini straight. And of course, use the whip here to hook it in, 4th gear entry, and then just power on as he has there. And hopefully that car sticks. And here comes Bender, of course. Let's just see how he's going in Sector 2. Well, there you go. Absolutely brilliant. 8.5 tenths, or there and thereabouts, up on his previous best there, Chaz. A phenomenal job is the Group 3 driver, the creator of the Pink Panther livery. That is it there. And let's just see him come around this last corner. Oh, he's lost a little bit of time. He's kept it within the white lines. And let's just see what he's got in the kitty. A 129.1.
Brilliant lap from Footy Bender, gets him on the second row of the grid for now, and let's see if anyone else can improve. The checkered flag has fallen. Your guy JC Salmons, Harass, Johnny M4, Housey and Blue Dog, all their qualifying is complete. Let's just see who else is going to improve. High Cut now is just coming towards the finish line. Let's see where he can go. It's a 128.1. It's not enough to get in front of Verks, but Verks gets himself into the 1:27. It's a brilliant lap from Verks, and he is on pole position just for now.
Great job, Verk. Awesome lap by you, mate. And well, this is to be expected from the Verk. We do know him very, very well. We've got Scotty out on track, currently in the second sector. Let's just see what happens here. We've got a few boys out on their final pushes. We have got, is that David? It certainly is David. Oh, I tell you what, he's almost level pegging with his previous best. He was 7 thousandths up on his previous best. What's he got? What's he got? Has he done it? Or is he? Yes, he's done it by 0.2 of a second, a 129.5. Absolutely brilliant from him. Striker will be next. Currently 0.3 up at the second sector. He's about to cross that finishing line. Just see what he's got. Striker in a massive improvement with a 129.337. Throws him up into P8. His teammate has invalidated that hammer. And we do have Scotty. There he is there. Scotty going in the pit lane. Where's Fury? Where is Fury? There he is there, of course. And he is done. So it is Bender. Bender, and he is done as well. That's qualifying. Done and dusted, Chasling. The first one is over. And absolutely brilliant for these boys. 127.982 from the Bergstar. And absolutely brilliant. Nat Hammer saying a 28.7. But he got him. He's validated at the moment. So, yeah, no good, mate. Unfortunately, of course. Plenty of opportunities to overtake at this circuit. Use the track to your advantage. And, of course, it is a box weekend. Mandatory two-stop. If you do not do the two-stop, you will be disqualified. So, cannot... These boys do not want to lose points, of course. And, well, there we go. Absolutely brilliant. Awesome first qualifying session there, Chaz. Here at Bahrain, Season 3 SXR. She's done for the first one. There we go. Verk with a 127.9. High cut with a 128.152. Fury with a 128.7. And then we've got Scotty. Bender up there as well. What a phenomenal lap from Bender. Absolutely brilliant. We'll just get through to the bottom and we'll do this for, just in case it all buggers up on us as well. What we're used to there, Jack. The game is very loud compared to us. Okay, thank you, Nat. I'll turn that down, mate. How's that? Is that a bit better? That is probably... Thank you for
Hopefully
that.
it's not as loud, so we can be heard a little bit better. But no, great effort from everyone there in that first qualifying session. Of course, you Verks there with a...
Sorry there, Chaz. I forgot to do something. High cut. This is for you, my friend.
Yes, it's pole position. Yes.
Absolutely. Oh, high cut. Verk. What am I talking about? Verk. Rusty. We're rusty, Chaz. But we will get through this one. It's only the first one that'll be rusty for. But we'll be all right for the next one, no doubt. But yes, that was for Verk. Great lap time. Pole position, 127.9. Fantastic from the Verkster. As we'll put pole position up there. Yeah, I can do that with it. There we go. Pole position for Verk. It's the little things, Chaz. It is the little things.
The little things that we're going to get used to over the season.
Yeah, that's right. And the formation lap is on, of course, and there is Verk in that reserve livery. Away he goes, of course, and we're not going to harp too much on the boys are going to do what they do, put some heat into that into their tyres. Let's just see who is on what, to be fair, and we'll bring the detail up. Where is the tyres? There they are, of course. Verk is starting on the medium. Then we've got high cut on the soft, of course, and then look at the run of mediums behind him. Fury, Scotty, Bender, Nat Hammer, your guy JC, all on mediums. Then you've got Striker thinking outside the box. I like it, Striker, I like it. P8 from that man, and on the hards. Salmons on the medium, of course. Harass, excuse me, and great to see Harass in the full-time fold. Awesome to see him on track, of course. Has been a reserve for many, many years, of course. We used to race on Mondays, but wasn't able to commit to Mondays. But we have now on a Friday. And, well, he is here and he is back. David on the medium. Another new kid on the block. Absolutely brilliant to have him here as well. That is the Falcon Racing team. Absolutely brilliant. Johnny M4, his teammate, is right behind him on the soft compound. Oh, there's a bit of an echo. And, well, there we go. Yeah, thank you, Chaz. Hello there, Housey. P13. Didn't have the best quali session for his liking, I dare say. But nevertheless, the race is long. Jono J07 in P14. Bopton, P15 for him, of course. And, well, Blue Dog on the medium in P16. And Jazz Blue Cat, well, there he is there in P17. And he's opted to start on the softs.
Certainly has there. It's interesting to see all the different tyre strategies everyone's going for on the formation. Like you said, it's quite a mix of mediums and softs, and obviously Striker, like you said there, thinking outside the box. going on to the hard compound tyres. It'll be interesting to see what sort of strategy he does as the race develops. But yes, the formation lap is just coming towards the final stages of it. The driver's going to take the places in their grid positions, and we're going to get this one underway.
Absolutely there, Chaslick. And, well, I mean, I'm not going to throw any predictions out there just yet. But tell you what, I reckon it's between the top 3 or 4 here, mate. I think, well, Berkey will try to break the lead. Look at them all point towards each other. Absolutely brilliant. So this start is going to be fierce. And just keep it clean, of course. The turn 1 pinch point, as usually at most tracks it always is. The boys are well aware of that. Let's just wait for these famous 5 red lights. Here we go, Chaz. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights. We have 5 red lights. Away we go. Awesome start there from Burke. Let's just see them all get through this start finish straight. So far, so good, Chaz. We're not going to get too excited just yet. Oh, there's a bit of a lock-up, a bit of a touch, but so far, so good. Everyone's got through nice and cleanly here, Chaz. I don't see any damage anywhere. There is no yellow flag, so we are racing.
We certainly are. A clean start from everyone there. No contact, no damaging. We've got loads of battling on the outside of the field. Drivers going side by side. There's a yellow flag there. Footy Bender has had an issue. He's trundled back to the back of the field, sadly, for Footy Bender. After such a good qualifying, he's travelled all the way back to 17th place. But yes, we are underway. Clean start from everyone. Verks with a 7/10 gap already to Highcut on them soft tyres. Highcut's want to be putting the pressure on the softer compound. Fury in third. Scotty, Hammer, Horace, JC, Salmons, Housey, Johnny M4 completing your top 10.
Absolutely there, mate. Absolutely. And, well, we all expect it to be nose to stern. Jono J07, a bit of a mishap at the start. I'm not too sure what happened there, mate, but he's fallen down to P17. Same with Bender. Jazz Blue Cat is up a couple into 15. David in 14 and Bopton in 13th. Blue Dog has come up, of course, as what he usually does, into P12, Striker P11, and Johnny M4 looking to make amends after a little bit of a horrid start from himself in P10. Housey P9 doing his thing, and Gaps, well, they're just sort of hovering in that zone, aren't they? Waiting for that famous letterbox rear wing to open right up. Burke at the moment, of course, lap 1 sets the fastest lap, 1:33.6. And who is that in the background going into the pit lane? That is Johnny M4. So he must have had some damage there, and well, hence the reason why he's at the back of the field.
Certainly is there, I believe it is. Yeah, it is a wing change there for Johnny M4. So it must have had a little bit of tap from somebody there. We didn't must have been just a minor tap. We didn't see anything obvious as the race started. But yes, we are underway. Fury is already outside of that second zone in Highcut in P2. The top 2 already getting a little bit of a gap to the rest of the field. But yes, Harass and Housey up 4 positions there on the opening lap, doing a great job indeed. Blue Dog up 5, Bopton up 3. Obviously, all Footy Bender down 9 positions. Johnny M4 down a few as well. But speaking of Footy Bender, he's made a move down the inside on David there. Gets himself up into P13. His teammate Bopton just in front of him. Maybe he can do a bit of team orders. And maybe let Footy Bender let him crack on and see if he can cut his way through the field like a hot knife through butter.
Absolutely there, Chaz, and well, teamwork is the name of the game, of course. There is usually 4 of them. Unfortunately, the Pink Panthers are missing 2 of their teammates out on track. I dare say, I think it is just the Lamborghinis. Oh, and who was that? That was Bender. Was that Bender, I dare say? Yeah, going through the breaker board. Accidentally just went a little bit wide there, and well, there you go. Foam everywhere, all over the track. At least Bopton is awake for the red lights this time. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. And we did have a bit of a chuckle prior to this one, of course, and that was at your favourite track, Suicide 5. Yeah, the boys. Hungary, of course, is, well, that's where that one was. And I thought it was a Coda, but no, Coda was the one where the penalties DQ'd last lap. But oh, Jesus, who was that? That was Harass, I dare say. And just a bit squirmish coming out of that one. P6 is Harass, doing his thing, of course. Hasn't touched the game for a good 12 months. Oh, he's a little bit squirmish on the rear end. Bopton moving up into P12. Blue Dog right behind him. Have a look at this. Blue Dog just sliding past David. And absolutely brilliant move by him. Oh, David's not done. He's not done at all. He's gone round the outside. What a move! What a move from David up into P13. And fantastic stuff as we'll move back up to the top of the field because this has sort of settled down. Have a look at it. Verk 7/10 ahead. Tell you what, Highcut is hanging onto that DRS zone, isn't he there, Chaz? Fury, 2 seconds adrift, of course, and Scotty, his teammate, right behind him. So these two are, I tell you what, these two are going to do massive things for this team. Throughout this season is Scotty and Fury, of course. Nat Hammer doing his thing up the front is what we know is what Nat can do. And in P5, Harass, phenomenal job. He's just a bit tail happy at the moment, is Harass. You want to be careful. He will cook his rear tyres doing that. And especially on this game, tyre wear, tyre damage is just so easy to do. It is, you've got to treat the tyres almost as if they are real. Bring them in, look after them, do not lock up. And as Harass goes into the pit lane to get rid of those softs.
Yeah, I can imagine them softs are going to be starting to die now as we are 4 laps into the race. I don't think they're going to last very long, especially in heats like this in the Sahara Desert. So Harass has opted for the medium tyres and he's going to come out, I believe, in 16th place, just ahead of Johnny M4. But we've got a brilliant battle here. I believe Footy Bender has just got past Striker and Bopton's also in P11, I believe. So Footy Bender moving himself up in 9th place. He's doing a good job since recovering from that incident that he had on lap 1 that put him to the back of the grid. He's up into P9. He's got Housey as his next target for 8th position.
He certainly does. As we'll flick up the order, of course, and we'll have a look at Scotty. Because I thought Nat was getting a bit closer. He sort of is starting to get closer. Fury's starting to close the gap a little bit as well. And these boys just finding their rhythm. And yeah, absolutely. Suicide 5 up to Suicide 5 things in the chat, of course. But yes, thank you very much, mate. Awesome to be back. A bit rusty this one, but we'll work through it here, Suicide 5. And we'll get this one done, of course. Yes, Fury, he's just dropped out a little bit. And there you go, Highcut out of the 1 second DRS zone, of course. So Verk has done the job. He's broken the back. And, well, now he can just focus on keeping that more than 1 second. Just stretch that lead, of course. Let's just have a look at the tyres to see what everybody is on. And just to sort of keep us at ease, of course, Highcut on the soft compound. So there you go. He's going to want to box earlier. And look what's behind him there. There is a lot of medium runners. So his race will come to him as this one progresses here, Chasley. And let's just see how he fares, of course. Very, very good, very great, very great. Unbelievably good, talented driver, super quick. Of course, we've got Dirty Orange Gaming in the chat as Chasey just subscribed. What's going on with my bloody emotes? There we go. We'll put that up for you, Chasey. Thank you very much, mate. New subscriber, much appreciated, my friend. And, well, Highcut just doing his bit. Oh, he's just had a bit of front end lock up. We're not going to commentate on that too much. Scotty just holding stations right in that sweet spot behind his teammate, isn't he? As we'll flick further afield because I think David is lining up Bopton here in P12, P11. I'll tell you what, Bopton a bit squirmish on exit. And we will see Filthy Orange next week. Of course, the home Grand Prix, Melbourne, Australia. And, well, yes, he is a Jack Daniels driver, of course. And they're missing him at the moment. But, of course, real life first from the boys. Always and first and foremost, of course, as we'll have a look at these timing charts just to see who is close. And of course, yes, Scotty's still that half a second, isn't he? And, well, Striker there still hanging on to the back of Old Boy. Striker's race will come to him on this stint, I dare say. Here, Chaslick, of course. He's going to stay out longer than anybody else. And that will give him a track position, mate. And I'll tell you what, that's where you put your head down, of course, and focus on those laps and get the job done. As we're seeing a bit of a move here, or is there someone in the pit lane? No, it is, well, Ica in the pit lane, of course. Salmon's up into P6, and there you go. It has just swapped it around. The top 6 all on mediums. Here comes Striker, of course. He's going to sit into that 7th spot, and that's where he's going to stay, I dare say, until those medium runners do box. And, well, Chaz, this one has got a long way to go.
Certainly does. There's still 23, 24 laps to go. Obviously the soft tyres are now starting to be ditched by the rest of the field. Bopton there, he must have been travelling over the dirt there. David's got past him up in the P8. I tell you what, I've just been on board with Bopton and David the past couple of laps. It's been an absolute juicy battle. David went for a move around the outside, Bopton went back up the inside. It's been a really, really good battle between these two guys. But yes, like we said there, the soft tyres, Bopton, John OJ07, Jazz Blue Cat still on the soft tyres, but they're probably thinking about changing it for some more rubber. And yes, the top 6 all on mediums are the top 6 in this race, of course. They're still staying out. Verks has got a 5.3 second lead to Fury in second place. Still tagging his teammate Scotty along that hammer, and your guy JC not too far behind as well, and Salmon's up in P6 as well.
Well, if I know Fury, this will be the strat, of course. These two boys are going to do bits for this team, and this would have been a game plan of theirs. Just stick together, let's help each other through this race. The race is long, and if we can help each other progress, of course, that's the aim of the game. It's a team sport, of course, and look at this. I dare say they're going to swap over like what they do in the cycling there, Chaz. Of course, Fury might have been getting a bit tired in P2. He said, all right, Scotty, you take the reins and I'll sit behind you this time. I'll be your wingman this time, mate. So he has released Scotty to see if Scotty can start to reel in Verk and Bopton. 10 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. That is not what he wanted.
Certainly isn't there. Bopton's going to slide down the order as Highcut. Now he's came back on the field on fresh soft tyres, so maybe he's going for a soft medium maybe, but Blue Dog's just allowed him go. Of course, them two both teammates, so a bit of team orders there. Good decision there from Blue Dog and the team to let Highcut go, and he's got a 4.6 second gap to the next car, so he can get his head down, get some punchy lap times in, and see if he can cut in and slice his way through the field.
Absolutely there, mate, and while the Falcon is lining up the Coca-Cola of Nat Hammer, have a look at this. They've both got DRS, but I dare say JC, oh no, they've just petered out. JC has to bide his time, of course, and well, the Group 1 driver in JC, where is he sitting at the moment? In P5, and well, there you go, fantastic from him, of course. Didn't have the best qualifying to his standards. Doing great things is the JC, our resident Canadian, our adopted Aussie. He's the JC, and well, there he is there, doing solid things. Tell you what, first one back for, well, a good 12 months here, Chaz. I only know of a handful of these boys that were racing extremely regularly. But yeah, very, very good so far from these lads. I'm looking forward to, as this season progresses, these boys are really going to show us what they're all about.
They certainly are, and Scotty and his teammate Fury both in the pit lane and ditching them medium tyres quite early on. And Fury onto the hard tyres. I believe Scotty's going to do the same thing, so they're literally just a mirror image of one another, of course, in the same team. Highcut there with the fastest lap of the race, a 132.0. Speaking of Highcut, I think he's going to get out. He's going to get in front of these two boys. Yeah, they certainly are. Scotty and Fury coming out now. And I think Blue Dog is just going to get in the middle of them both, I believe, and just maybe cause a little bit of uncertainty between these two.
There is Housey, there is Bender, of course, both on the hard compound. If I know Housey, he's taken them to the end, or I dare say he's going to try. David in P6 doing a great job right behind, Striker there. Doing a phenomenal job is David. Salmon's up there in P7 as well. Hanging on to the back of JC. I'll tell you what, that Coca-Cola livery under lights does not look too bad at all. And we'll flick up to Nat because there has been a bit of a switch and switcheroo. Nat has just been passed by JC. JC's got his man. JC just got his man and he sneaks up into P2. JC knows this part of the race is super, super critical for him. And if he wants to make the move further up the field.
Yeah, brilliant move there by GSC on the inside of, I believe that was turn 12, I believe it was, and he's got himself into P2, but the race leader is in the pit lane. Verks, he's going off them medium tyres. Your guy GSC and Nat Hammer both staying out. Salmons is also in as well. And
did he get it stopped? He got it stopped. Oh, I'll tell you what, that was very close there. Chaslick to speeding in the pit lane, but he got it stopped. Absolutely brilliant.
He certainly did that. Locking up them, both of them front tyres there, just about getting it in time before, unless he was going to get a 10-second penalty. Salmons going onto the soft tyres. Verks on a fresh set of mediums. He's going to come out just behind Highcut. So Highcut is in the net first place lead.
Absolutely there, but he's a bit out of sync, isn't he? He went soft, so his next stint is where it's all at for Highcut, of course. He's going to want to make as much time up on this soft compound as the best he can. Chaz, there is an echo. I'm not too sure if that is your headset, but it's all good, man. We'll sort it out.
I'm just hoping to see if that sounds a bit better. Hopefully it does.
Yeah, I think so, mate. Yeah, I think that's got rid of. Oh no, it's a little bit there, but it doesn't. It's all good. No problem at all.
We'll march on. We'll march on. We'll keep
That's
it going. We'll keep it going. There's a little bit of a train forming behind Striker. He's still on them 8-lap-old hard tyres. He's got David, Highcut and Verks all behind him. Verks is probably going to want to see if he can slice his way through these guys. Same with Highcut. Obviously, they're both battling each other for the net race lead. Scotty and Fury 5.6 seconds adrift from Verks and Highcut. And the field is a little bit spread out apart from this train as your guy JC. Oh, he's got a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That is not what he wanted at all. Just in the crucial part of the race as well. When he got past Nat Hammer, he's gone into a set of medium compound tyres, but he has got a 10-second penalty to worry about as well. Nat Hammer on the hard compound tyres as well, which allows Striker up into the lead, and I believe Highcut and Verks have both got past David, both at the same time. And now they've got the hard runner of Striker, and they're going to have so much more grip than Striker. Striker's going to go defensive there, but I don't think Highcut is going to get the speed. Oh, nearly 3 abreast there with Verks on the inside as well.
Oh, what a move!
Verks is back into the lead.
What a move from the Verky boy. Absolutely brilliant. He took 2 of them in that one corner there, Chaslick. And absolutely stunning. Johnny M4 with a 3-second track warning time penalty. Does not want that, of course. Johnny M4 at the moment running in P12. Of course, box, mandatory 2-stop. As we do see Housey and Johnny swap again. I think Housey just got by Johnny there. And he's up into P11.
Certainly is a good move there from Houndsy. We've got a soft spot for him, haven't we? Of course, he used to be in the comms box. He's now on the grid and he's up in the P11 on those hard tyres. Johnny M4 a little bit squirmy there. And he's got old footy Bender as well as Bender's teammate Bopton now behind him to worry about and see what Bender can do. See if he can get back past Johnny M4 as harassing Salmons, and now just swap places. Salmons, of course, on fresh soft tyres. He is now up in the 9th place.
Absolutely brilliant from those two. But this is where it's at, I think, at the moment. Bender, Johnny M4, Bopton, these guys are... Oh, there he is there. Who is that? That was that Bender again, or was that Bopton? I'm not too sure. I just missed it. Going through the foam again. And so as these tyres start to degrade here, Chaz, as you do know, it is horrible, and being stuck in that dirty air too. You've just got no bite in the front end. You've just really got to be patient. Let the car come to you before you send it mid-corner, of course. Striker in the pit lane, which promotes Harass, and Salmons, of course. There is Bender P12, Bopton, and who is that? Johnny M4 has fallen a couple of spots here, Chaz. Not too sure what has happened. Maybe he's got some damage, not too sure. Maybe he hasn't got the right setup on, but he was running a little bit late to make this one, so I'll tell you what, could be anyone's guess.
Certainly is there. We have got a few penalties now on the grid, 2 of them being 10-second penalties. Your guy GSC and Bopton, Johnny M4 and Johnny GL7 with 3-second track limit penalties. And I tell you what, speaking of Johnny M4, he's on the train of Housey, Bender, Bopton, Johnny. It's a great little battle, as well as a little train in front with your guy GSC in front with Nat Hammer and Nat Hammer's teammate Salmons looking to see if they can do a bit of teamwork and manoeuvre the way past your guy GSC. We've got Scotty and Fury again, just tagging each other along, each other along like they did in the first part of this race. I believe Striker has opted for another set of the hard compound tyres. He certainly has there in P14.
Well, so he's gone hard. So you're hard, soft. Very interesting from that. Well, take that as you will. He's having a crack, and well, he's doing a great job. He's the Striker. Fresh hards. He's got a 9-lap-old medium runner ahead of him. Bopton is 4 laps old on the medium, of course, and Bender and Rousey, of course, 5-lap-old hard. So he's got the better tyre life, of course, but he's got Blue Dog trying to make some ground up on the soft compound. And well, Blue Dog's doing a great job at the moment. As I did say, a lot of these boys haven't raced for quite some time, and well, they're doing a great job for the first one. Well, as we get along, of course, round 2 Australia, and I dare say with a bit more continuity in their racing, this is going to fire right up. There is no pressure, of course. These boys are great at what they do. At the moment, the gaps are spread well right out as Bender gets another track warning, of course. Let's just have a look at these. We'll bring these up for everybody at home just to see who's on what. JC on 10, Bender on 3, Bopton on 10, of course. They're both speeding in the pit lane. Johnny M4 with 3, and of course, Jono J07 with 3 as well, of course. And well, Highcut has made his 2 stops. And there you go. He's the first one to make his 2 stops. He does not need to stop again. As we'll flick down to him, of course. Where is he? There he certainly is. I'll bring up the tyres so we all see what's on. He's on the hard compound. He's on the right one to go to the end. And he's going to plan to do another 15, 16 laps, 17 laps on that set of hard compound, which can be done around here. Absolutely here, Chaz.
Certainly does, mate. Just behind him there, Footy Bender getting past Housey and moving his way up into P9. Both of them on 6-lap old hard tyres. Footy Bender there getting him down the inside as he is just behind Highcut, 1.1 seconds behind. Bofton now looking to get a move on Housey. Housey's struggling a bit there on this. Fair to say he is on a hard compact. Oh, Bofton a little bit squirmy there, going a bit off circuit. Let's see if he can get a good exit out of this final corner to see if he can have an attack at Housey heading in towards the final corner. Oh, Housey a little bit wide, Bofton a bit squirmish, nearly losing the rear, just about saving it. And he remains in P11 as Johnny M4 behind gets off them 10-lap old mediums.
Certainly does, Chaz. He certainly does. As, we'll keep an eye on David, of course. He is trying to catch Striker, and I'll tell you what, the hards versus the mediums, both fresh. And I dare say, well, David is going to enjoy the better grip at the moment, the quicker tyre, and there he is there. Have a look at this. Well, there you go. Job done coming out of turn 3 and turn 2, turn 3. And absolutely brilliant. But no. Have a look at David hanging out. And that is brilliant from these two. Keeping it clean, keeping it respectful and racing hard. And that is exactly how you do it. Awesome stuff from these boys. As we'll flick back up to the top because Scotty is still within that half a second. He's throwing me off that gap because it is one of the closest gaps on track. But then you realise they are teammates and they are working phenomenally well together.
Certainly are doing a brilliant job in second and third place, kind of solidifying themselves from the rest of the field. 2.5 seconds. GSC is further back. He's actually got Nat Hammer just about in the 1 second zone. Salmon's just outside of Hammer's DRS there. And yeah, Fury and Scotty doing a brilliant job in second and third place. Verks has pretty much checked out of this race. He's nearly just under 10 seconds in front of the race leader. Of course, he has got a box again, like everybody else, apart from Highcut. He has made them 2 stops, like you said earlier. He is in P8, of course. He is going to try and take them hard tyres to the end, and let's see if he can do that.
I dare say he will there, Chaz, and of course, maybe these Coca-Cola boys have adopted the Jack Daniels way. Of course, Jack and Coke go very well together, of course. But, well, they are following each other around this circuit here, Chaz, and doing a phenomenal job, I dare say, because, well, Salmons has come alive, albeit on the soft compound, but he's doing his bit for his team, of course, and, well, that's what it's all about, of course. Get that comfort zone. We're only in round 1, but we have got a few guys missing this round 1, and, well, every bit helps, doesn't it, mate?
Certainly does there. Every bit does help. As the season develops, it's going to get even better. But a few more pit stops there as we were rambling on there. We've got Blue Dog, who is on a new set of hard tyres. He's going to come out in 17th place. Jazz Blue Cats promoted to 16th, and I believe that was Harass also in the pit lane for fresh mediums. He comes out just behind Johnny G07 and looking to get himself up into 13th place, and he's absolutely all over the rear end of Johnny and J07. He's going to send it up the inside. Is Harass, a little bit of contact there on the front tyres, but I think Harass has just about got it done on the exit and gets himself into 13th.
Absolutely there, mate, and Harass does not need to stop again. He's made his second stop. Johnny M4, same deal. Blue Dog, same deal. So those guys have completed their mandatory 2-stop, and it's a race to the checkered flag here now, as the rest of the field still need to make that stop. So it will bunch up again, Chaz. It is a bit deceiving, and it will come alive towards the end, but we'll just wait and see how this one pans out here, mate. So I'll get rid of that menu. I'm trying to figure out these menus off the top of my head. I've lost my way a little bit here, mate, but we'll get there.
We certainly will there. There's not many gaps. There's not many gaps within the 1 second zone on this grid. It's a little bit spread out as you get into the midfield, but in the midfield we have got a bit of a train forming behind old Footy Bender, who has, I mean, he's had a roller coaster over a race, hasn't he? He made that mistake on the opening lap. He's recovered his way up to P8 as we're just about halfway through this one, folks. And we've got Housey and David there battling out. Housey locking up there, but going defensive at that time around on David. I'm not sure if he actually got past him or he was defending from David that time around, but these two are like great battle all race around. They've been battling non-stop from the first pit stops to now.
Absolutely they have, and doing a phenomenal job. Very, oh, Johnny M4, another 3 seconds. That's not going to help him whatsoever, of course. having a bit of a struggle at the moment, of course. We're not going to harp on that, as we did touch on earlier. He was running a little bit late, a bit frantic, and I'm not too sure if he's got the right setup or what have you, but definitely didn't have the time to practice before the race. So, well, he's just come straight from work. As we'll flick to David. He's still right behind Housey. He's in there, isn't he, Chaz? And, well, I'll tell you what, this battle might go to the flag, of course. The only issue I see here, of course, is David needs to stop again. So does Housey. Let's just see the tyres, of course. We'll have a look at that. Of course, David on 3-lap old mediums, Housey on 9-lap old hards. So, well, dare say Housey will be in before David as Fury cops a 3-second, and that's not what he wanted, of course. And he was trying to make inroads in on Merck, but that's not going to help one iota, of course. But doing his thing for that team, as the Jack boys are doing a phenomenal job. There is Jazz Blue Cat, the other Jack boy, and Dirty Orange in the chat, of course. He is the other one as well, and well, he will be back next week. Looking forward to see him out on track as well, the Group 3 driver for that famous team. As we'll move back up to David, because David and Housey, well, David has got by Housey. I did miss that. I do apologise, folks, as he was trying to sneak up on Bender, and Bender on 10-lap old hards. It just hasn't worked for him at the moment. He's struggling a little bit. Of course, the hards go through a bit of a phase. They seem to sort of have that dull period, don't they? And then they fire right back up again after probably about lap 12 or so. Not too much, but a lot better than what they were around about the 9-10 lap mark. It's just, I don't know if the game does graining. It's just a really weird thing. And yeah, well, they are struggling at the moment, of course, and Bender has got his wing mirrors full of that Falcon, and absolutely David trying to make amends, going to make use of this newer, softer, quicker compound, of course, and let's just see how this one pans out.
Certainly will, though. Like you said there, Footy Bender and Housey as well, both on 10-lap old hands. Definitely are going to start feeling the wear, especially on them hard times. I mean, they do take quite a while to heat up, as Verks and Salmons in front. Pit in there, Verks making his last stop on a set of hard tyres. He's coming out in 5th place. Salmons getting off them 8-lap old soft tyres. I tell you what, he's done a mega stint on them soft compound. He's also onto the hard tyres. As Housey is also in the pit lane to get rid of them 11-lap old hard compound tyres. It's going to promote a couple of drivers like Striker up into 9th place. Bopton into the top 10 he goes, and Salmons is going to come out in 11th place. Harass moves up into 12th place, and we'll just see where Housey comes out in this one. He's just exiting the pit lane now on them fresh hard tyres. There's Johnny G07 just going by, Johnny M4 as well, not too far behind, and I think he's going to come out just behind Johnny GM4 in 15th.
Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant. Long way to go. Still a long way to go in this one, of course. 12 laps to be exact. And, well, still half the field yet to make their second stop here, Chaz. As we'll move up to Nat Hammer, still on that one stopper at the moment. JC ahead of him at just 8/10, if you don't mind. And you can see the gap right there, of course. And well, I'll tell you what, these two, one can undercut, one can attempt an overcut on a lighter fuel load, depending on if he's got those boots under him. But I dare say this game here, undercut is the name of the game. And JC peels off. Oh, Nat Hammer's, he's followed him. He has absolutely followed him into the pit lane. And this is going to be a battle to the flag. And here comes Verk, about to take the lead of the run.
It certainly is that. I mean, that was definitely how they are going to race to the flag. They're going to come out near enough behind each other. Hammer on the hard compound tyres. Your guy JC doing the exact same thing. Verks promoted back up into the podium places in P3. Highcourt is up into P4. He's a little bit quiet as he was in the midfield, but he's now back in 4th in a bit of a world of his own, really, in 4th place. He's got a 5.8 second gap to Verks, and he's got about a 7.5 second gap clear of old Footy Bender in P5. We've still got David absolutely all over him. He's never left his wing mirrors since the first lap. Obviously with old Footy Bender making a mistake, but he's on a bit of a recovery drive and he's doing a good job. But Nat Hammer, who's just came out the pit lane, is behind these two guys. He's looking to sort of interrupt the party, if you will, and get past these two and see if he can push on his teammate Striker there. 1.6 seconds adrift in P8. He's got a fresh hard runner of Salmons, about 4 seconds behind him in P9. And Harass is just getting into the 1 second zone of your guy GSC on the battle for P10.
Absolutely there, Chaz. And, well, Dirty Orange in the chat. Who is he racing this year? Well, you'll be racing Salmons. I know you won't. You'll be racing Striker. You'll be racing David. You'll also be racing, well, you've stretched my memory at the moment, Harass, and there is one more that's Striker. So there you go, Striker, Harass, David, there's one more. He's not here. Yeah, Brad Tay. No, not Brad Tay, he's in Group 4. Let me just double check for you, mate. You'll be racing against David, Group 3, Striker, Bender, Harass. They are your competitors in your group there at the moment there, Mr. Orange. And, well, geez, I've got to get back in the swing of this thing. We've got too many things going on, trying to control the cameras. I used to be good at this. And, well, 12 months does throw you off a little bit. I'm going to have to practice during the week, Chaz, because, yeah, it's a new experience at the moment as we'll push on, mate, as we are currently looking at David right behind Bender, and Striker has joined the party. There he's there, trying to come on. And, wrong button, there we go. There he is there, of course, right about 8 tenths, 9 tenths behind, and still within that DRS zone. Is he? No, he's not. So, well, he's going to use a bit of battery trying to keep up with these boys, of course, as we'll move further afield. And, well, two Jack Daniels doing their thing, but there we go. Bring up the telemetries. And Nat Hammer, the sole top 5 Coca-Cola driver, of course, a Group 1 driver, just currently 1.6 seconds behind Scotty. I'll tell you what, those Jack Daniels, they've done a solid job, haven't they? All race long so far. We've got 9 laps remaining. And, well, I'll tell you what, it's anyone's game at the moment, of course. Furky's going to take this one out, I dare say, but from behind him, I dare say it'll be a high cut. Then it will be between, well, Fury and Scotty, and then we'll move further down to Salmon. Salmon's just got by Bender because Bender has boxed, and let's just see what Bender throws on. A brand new set of mediums. JC sneaks by as well, so that's going to throw Bender down a little bit, but he'll have the tyre advantage, of course, towards the end. Let's just have a look at this. Who still needs to stop? Striker and David are the two guys that still need to stop, of course. And, well, then it is done. The mandatory 2-stop. Okay, thank you very much there, Orange. Thank you very much, mate.
Certainly is there. Just 2 drivers left until this field is complete for the mandatory 2-stop, of course, which we have said quite a lot of times during this race.
We have.
We certainly have. But yeah, lap 20 of 29, I must say, looking at the field, there is nobody within the 1 second zone of one another. Fairly spread out, as Old Footy Bender getting out in 12th place. He's got a bit of fresh air to get his head down, pump in some lap times and see if he can get his way back up through the field. He's got 1.7 seconds now to Johnny M4, who is on 7-lap old hard tyres. He's got 6 seconds of penalty, of course. Johnny M4, Fury, Old Footy Bender, Johnny GO7, all with 3-second penalties, which are going to hinder their track positions if, well, drivers are within 3 seconds of them, of course.
Well, absolutely there, Chaz, and well, I'll tell you what, we're going to have to put a vote out for driver of the day. I'll get to that, Chaz, and I'll let you take care of it. I'll put you on mute. Throw me a couple of names that you want on there, mate. Go for it. I'll leave it with you, Chaz. Let me do this driver of the day. Where do you want to sit, mate? Where do you want to sit?
I think we're going to strip with Salmons there. I'm not sure if he has been passed with Striker, but I think he's struggling a bit there, Salmons. In fact, no, I think he is going to try and overtake him. He's on younger hard tyres. Striker on 10-lap old hard tyres. Salmons on 4-lap old. He's just about in that 1 second zone. He has got the DRS activated. Seeing if there is going to be a bit of team orders in play. There is David just in front there. 9-lap old mediums. I think he's going to start to feel the tyre wear in that car in 6th position. And we'll see what goes down as Old Footy Bender and Johnny M4. 4 tenths of a second the gap between those two drivers. Let's see if Old Footy Bender excuse me, can get past the hard tyre runner of Johnny M4, so he can get himself back into the top 10. But lap 22 of 29, Verks is your race leader with an 8-second gap to Highcut, who has been on his own in P2. Fury has been cutting the gap. It's now at 3.9 seconds. David and Striker both in the pit lane. Fury's teammate Scotty is actually 1.4 seconds adrift. So all the dragging along that they've been doing for the full race is going to be stopped a little bit now as Scotty is outside of that DRS zone. David throws a set of the soft tyres on. Striker a set of the mediums. Both just behind one another. Old Footy Bender gets past Johnny M4, gets himself up a place and up 2 extra places as well, with them 2 drivers coming in the pit lane as well. As we've got Housey just come just behind the fresh soft runner of David. David's not going to want to get his head down and see if he can get after Johnny M4 on them hard tires. See if Johnny M4 can respond to Old Footy Bender. I mean, he's barely got any. A little bit squirmish, nearly losing the rear. I think he's done a couple of times now in this race at the back end there, really stepping out on him. I don't know if it's just the tyres feeling the wear in that car, but nearly losing the rear end there. And Footy Bender is already a second adrift of Johnny M4. Housey there on the back of David, seeing if he can get towed along by David. And David's looking at see if he can get to his teammate Johnny M4 and see if they can do a bit of teamwork together.
Absolutely there, Chaz, and I made a bit of an error on the driver of the day. I put JC in there, and no disrespect to JC, that was meant to be Salmons. And, well, unfortunately, well, there you go, folks. You're out there in the Twitch land. If you're going to vote on this, JC is meant to be Salmons, and the rest are as you were, of course. But there you go, Chaz. Bit of an error, but no problem whatsoever. Salmons up 3 places, doing a phenomenal job in P6. And, well, there you go. His teammate just ahead of him. We'll flick further afield, of course. There is Housey, still within DRS zone of David. Let's just see if all the stops have been done. I'm pretty sure they have. We'll bring these up just to make sure, and yeah, they certainly have. Harasser's done an extra one. Harasser's gone for a 3-stopper, thinking outside the box, but what is he on? Fresh hards at the moment, so not too sure whether he made a bit of a mistake or that was a front wing change or what have you, but we'll just get this poll underway. Excuse me, folks.
Certainly will indeed. Like you said, everybody has made that mandatory 2-stop, and now everyone is just a race to the flag in whatever battle they are on the grid. Still, nobody within the 1 second zone. We did have a yellow flag earlier, that was just for Jazz Blue Cats getting out of the way, as he is a lapped car getting out of the way there, so good sportsmanship there from Jazz Blue Cats. He's done a tremendous job in 17th place, even though he is at the back of the field. He's done a brilliant job, and hopefully for his first one, and hopefully he can improve on this. He's a bit of a stepping stone for Jazz Blue Cat. He can improve week upon week. It's a pleasure to have him on the grid, and we'll hopefully see more of him in the future. But lap 24 of 29, Verks, a 10.5 second gap to Highcut. I mean, Verks has been absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, he's
this
been,
race. We've hardly spoke about him because he's been in a world of his own.
League of his own.
Up there, and certainly hasn't. Highcut there in second place. He's just been driving on his own, but I tell you what, look at that. Fury and Scotty just merging in the background there. They have, tell you what, they have sliced the gap quite humongously there. It is less than 2 seconds now, the gap between Fury and Highcut. Scotty not too far behind. He's not getting towed along by his teammate Fury, maybe struggling a little bit there in P4, but they are still closing in on Highcut, and this final few laps could get very tasty.
Absolutely there, Chaz. Absolutely. We've seen David just go by his teammate, of course. I'm pretty sure that might have been team orders. Johnny a bit out of sorts at the moment, and with that time penalty as well, it's not going to help his end result, of course. We'll flick back up to the top as we'll hang on to Scotty. Fury does have that time penalty. We'll have a look to see what that actually is, and it is 3 seconds. So Scotty, if he doesn't drop back too much, I dare say he's going to take that 3rd position off Fury as, well, this one counts down towards the very end. And I'll have a look at these position changes to make your driver of the day vote up, of course. Salmons up 3, and in the vote, the Salmons is JC, of course. I made a bit of a mistake there. I'll say that again. I made a bit of a mistake there. Striker down 4 spots. after that pit stop, of course, but he's going to come alive. He's right behind them, of course, and looking to see what he can do on a brand new set of mediums. And I dare say he will catch them pretty quickly here, Chaz. We'll move further afield, of course. Blue Dog down there, sort of been by his lonesome. It's kind of a race that he wanted just to get his rhythm back, of course, does the Blue Dog. And Jono J07, well, Jono and Jazz Blue Cat. Big hats off to them. Never ever league race before, and well, I'll tell you what, folks, everyone deserves a start. Everyone absolutely deserves a start, and well, I'll tell you what, they're clean, they're good, and the speed will come here, Chaz. The speed will come, and they're doing a phenomenal job at the moment. At the moment, sitting in 16th and 17th, of course, but well, they will progress as this season goes on. Striker there in P12, still right behind Housey. Housey just doing some front lockups. It's not going to help his tyre wear. And let's just see how this battle gets on. I dare say it's the closest one on track. Well, the most relevant one anyway, because you've got Fury and Scotty behind each other as teammates, of course. And well, there you go. The driver of the day has been awarded. It's done. It's already done. Has gone to Salmons. Absolutely gone to Salmons, so we'll just wait and see how this one pans out. But there you go, has gone to Salmons. Salmons up 3 spots, does not have a penalty to his name, and doing a great job for his first hit out here at SXR. We'll move further back because, well, I'll tell you what, Chaz, when the gaps are spread out a little bit, hasn't really got us too excited, of course. But Fury getting a hell of a lot closer to High Cut. Have a look at this. He has come alive as the Fury, and absolutely brilliant from this man. He is trying to hunt down High Cut. He's chasing that slipstream. Have a look at him. And doing great things. Oh, he's going to go around the outside. He certainly is. I'm not too sure what is going on there. Well, there you go. High Cut. I'm not too sure. Well, High Cut loses the back end. Just a bit too greedy on that power. Snaps the tail, and there you go. Fury takes it. But I wonder if that was strategic regarding DRS there, Chaz, of course. As you do know, the straights on this track are huge, and well, if you're within that DRS zone right behind that rear wing, make amends big time, don't you?
Well, certainly, like you said there, that back straight 1.2 kilometres, like you said there earlier, and Fury, fairly easy overtake there on High Cut. I mean, High Cut is on. He is half of that. He's only on 7, so maybe that could affect it into play as well. But yeah, Fury's move round the outside into turn 1 looked fairly comfortable there for Fury. He is up into P2 and he's already a second clear of High Cut. High Cut must be really struggling there on them 14 lap old eyes. He's just going to try and nurse him to the end now, I think. But Scotty, I'm sure not too long from now will be inside that 1 second zone of High Cut. High Cut's still hanging on there, but I mean, he's got hardly any battery at all in the back of that car. Fury and Scotty just got a little bit to play with, but not too much. And yeah, I mean, battery depleted there on High Cut. He is in third, and he is he's definitely nursing to the end.
He certainly is, and I wonder if that was a bit of a strategic ploy or coup or whatever you want to call it. Of course, Fury in front, of course, of that Lamborghini, and well, his teammate right behind him. So they're trying to push High Cut off the podium here, just to see how this one pans out. High Cut has got his hands full. These two Jack Daniels have been working phenomenally well together all Grand Prix. And, well, tell you what here, Chaz, they are doing great things. Let's just bring up this timing tree again. We'll see where everyone's at, because there is Striker, there is Housey. And I'll tell you what, these two have been at it all Grand Prix by the seams of it. And Scotty really getting close to High Cut as well. So we've got some battles starting to fire up here. I nearly called you Housey, Chaz.
Still getting used to it. 12 months was Housey in the comms pocket. It is now me here. But speaking of Housey, he's in this train of the battle for 10th place. Johnny M4, Striker just in front of him as well. And we'll see if Johnny M4 getting a little swide there. He's got another penalty to add to his measures. Striker's going to go to the outside. Johnny M4 gets defensive there, and Striker moves up comfortably past him in P10. Let's see if Housey can get any scraps on this Johnny M4. Very side. Very really saving the rail a lot, especially in that corner there. He's done it quite a few times now, and he is down into P11, of course. Housey will see if he can get past them with a 4 lap younger hard tyres.
Absolutely, Chaz. And I think Scotty's about to make a move too. Look how close Scotty is. He's right behind High Cut now, so this is about to happen. The Jack Daniels have absolutely done bits here, and Scotty's going to take it. He's absolutely going to take it. DRS, he's got his battery as well, and there you go. Job done before turn 1, and the Jack Daniels boys can now just work together again to bring this home to the checkered flag.
Certainly, I mean, they've been absolutely brilliant the full race. They've been near enough within 5/10 of each other for the entirety of the race, been dragging each other along. It's been absolutely brilliant management between Fury and Scotty, of course, and we'll see if they can just get a little bit of a gap. Obviously, for Fury's 3-second penalty, I mean, the gap to Highcut is about 2.3, 2.4 seconds to Fury, so he hasn't got much time to gain on Highcut, but we'll see if he can do it with about 1.5 laps remaining. Nat Hammer as well in the background, not too far behind. We'll see if he can gain on Highcut. That is a battle for track position. They've got no penalties on either of them. 1.8 seconds is the gap as Housie there is getting past Johnny M4, moving himself up into 11th place. We'll see if he can get back in the 1 second zone of Striker, who was on 6-lap old medium tyres, and I think just because of how young and how soft the tyres are, I think he's got a little bit of a gap to manage with as well. Jono GO7 on the back of Blue Dog heading towards turn 1. Let's see if Johnny GO7 can get the move. I think he's a bit too far back on this occasion, but we'll see if he can charge up and go again. Oh, he's actually got a late lunge on the in, just about breaking it in time, and Blue Dog does the switchback very easily there and gets back up in 15. But a late lunge there from John OGL7, just about keeping it all in one piece.
I think the wily old fox that is Blue Dog seen him coming and well, just put that car in the right spot. But Jono, have a look at him. He's catching and catching and catching. He's got some pace through this part of the circuit. Let's just have a look at these tyres to see what is going on, of course. Well, there you go. Blue Dog's 4 laps older than 4 laps older hard compounds than Jono. 14 laps for Blue Dog, 10 for Jono. Shouldn't make too much of a difference, but there is a bit of a delta there, so it is to be expected.
Yeah, it certainly is there, as we are on the final lap of the opening round here in Southern Cross Racing. Lap 29 out of 29, and we've got the race leader just navigating his way through the middle part of the lap. There's still battles to be held on the circuit as Highcut is, I think he's getting back into this one. He's nearly within the second of Scotty once again. That Hammer hasn't really gained too much. Your guy GAC is within the 1 second zone of Salmons, who is our driver of the day. He's had a brilliant race, Salmons. So like so many other drivers on this grid today, they've been absolutely phenomenal from 1st to 17th. They've been absolutely relentless, full of battling across the field. It's been absolutely an entertaining watch.
He certainly has there, young Chaz, as we are on the last lap, as we're going to flick up to Verk because he's going to bring this one home. And there he is, Verky takes the first win of Season 3 here at SXR. Great drive from him. Absolutely romped the field. Done a phenomenal job, did the Verk, didn't he? Read the strat, put the speed down, got the track position through qualifying, and job done. Fury takes the chocolates for P2. Oh, Scotty slowed up. He done the teammate thing. He did the teammate thing, did Scotty, and slowed up. So Fury takes P2, Scotty P3, and they did. They threw Highcut off the podium. Nat Hammer in P4, followed by his driver of the day teammate, Salmons in P6. JC came home. Well, he started P7, I do believe, finished in P7. Bender P8. We'll just wait and see how this one pans out, of course. There are penalties, and he's got 3 seconds, so he's not going to hang on to that one. He will finish in P9, of course. Striker, P10. Fantastic from him. There he is there, crossing the line. Housie, P11. Johnny M4. Well, he's not going to stay there. I dare say he's going to drop down to 13th. Bopton, 14th. And Jono JO7 will be 15th. Blue Dog, 16th. And, of course, Jazz in P17.
Certainly will. I mean, it's been a brilliant race. Verk's in a whirl of his own there, taking the checkered flag by 17 seconds there to Fury and Scotty. I mean, Fury and Scotty have been absolutely amazing. The teamwork has been absolutely world class from them too. I mean, Scotty did the teammate thing, he slowed down. Fury getting that second place, obviously with that time penalty. And that will do it for the opening round.
Absolutely brilliant from all these boys, and I promise you folks, we'll get these cobwebs all sorted out and we'll be back with a bang for next week. So apologise about that one. It was a bit messy from myself, from my standards, but we will fix that one up for you folks at home. But there you go, absolutely brilliant. Verky, baby, takes the chocolates. Absolutely brilliant drive from this man. I tell you what, it's a shame he's not in the full-time fold this season. He has been a full-time driver here for the last 2, I do believe. And yeah, well, there you go. Burke takes the chocolates. P2 is Fury. P3 is Scotty. I tell you what, the team of the day, I dare say, would be those Jack Daniels. What do you think?
certainly agree. I mean, we've said it numerous times, but I mean, we can't express enough. Teamwork on display there was absolutely brilliant from them two, especially in Fury and Scotty. Not forget Jazz Blue Cat as well. His first race there in P17, he did a brilliant job, and definitely a stepping stone for him. Same with Johnny G07 and all the other new guys racing their first races in league racing. It's definitely a stepping stone for them, and hopefully it's a platform for them to build on.
Absolutely there, Chaz, as we'll get this all done for the stewards, and we'll be doing a phenomenal job every week. Salmons, you're in the commentary box. We're going to get you in for a driver interview. You are our driver of the day, mate, as we'll just put a message in the Discord to let these boys know to come in. 1 second.
Certainly we all there, but that is the opening round done and dusted. 17 amazing drivers there on the grid to open this third season in Southern Cross Racing, and it was Verks there taking the lead. Pole position converted into a race win, and also getting the fastest lap as well. He had a brilliant race in a league of his own. The pace was exceptional, and he took a very deserved victory there today.
All right, Chaz. Young Chaz will swap commentary room. We'll go down to the driver interview. Wow, great job, boys. That was awesome by the JD boys. Oh, mate, what a job by you two, man. That was awesome. Great to watch. I tell you what, though, fuck, man, I was rusty as shit. I was rusty big time, but we'll fix it up for next week. Hang on, mate. We'll Chaz, are you here? Just see who is in. Is everybody in? Oh, mate. Mate, there was 4 times where I fucking put my shit on mute. I took my headset off and I put my arms out like, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah. Yeah. All right, we'll go live, boys. 1 second. All right, folks, we are back. And of course, we have got the drivers, the top 3 in, and of course, our driver of the day. We might as well start with the P3 man. I tell you what, the dynamic duo of the JD team, and they did a phenomenal job. This whole Grand Prix worked really well as a team and ended up pushing Highcut off that podium. Talk us through it, Scotty. That was phenomenal to see. Awesome first one back. Congratulations.
No, cheers, mate. Pleasure to be back and pleasure racing a few of these boys. But yeah, very happy with how tonight went. Was surprised I sort of qualified P4 in the end, even with sort of a block at the end of quali. But yeah, me and Fury, same VC, which we knew sort of worked together. We knew the top 2 were long gone, so we weren't expecting to see Verk again. Highcut, obviously, unfortunate with him with the soft. Them putting the wrong tyre on obviously made him go long on the hard, so we knew he could be catchable at the end. And yeah, I think it was a fantastic race from the pair of us. Couldn't really be separated, and yeah, as I said, I think not much wrong went tonight. No. And yeah, a great round 1 for JD for both me and Fury. Absolutely, mate. And I think you shone a bit of a light on how it's all done. The teamwork thing is what it's all about. We've got to remember that, yes, even though you are individually driving, it is all about the team, and you can't win it without your teammate. And well, there is 3 of them, and well, you had 2 of them out there on track, of course. Filthy to come back next week. I tell you what, with the full plethora of JD boys, I wonder, I know Fury's a man of strat. I know you are too there, Scotty. It'd be interesting to see how you approach the next week's race at Melbourne, Australia, our home circuit. But yeah, we'll look forward to that. But congratulations on a phenomenal drive, mate. Awesome job for your first one back with us. No, cheers, mate. Thanks for having me back. Oh, you're welcome, man. Anytime, brother. Anytime. So we'll move to our P2 man. And of course, well,
Wonder if he got a little bit hot under the collar there. I mean, he did have his teammate as a wingman, but there was a time there where it just didn't look like he didn't have the pace, but then he fired it back up. Of course, VSC Fury, fantastic job. That's just what the doctor ordered, mate. I do know we had a bit of a chat prior to this season starting. I told you, mate, you got to listen. You did a fantastic job. There was nothing to worry about in the end. Great drive, man.
Cheers, man. It was good to get a bit of pre-season in after our chats. To be completely honest, get the some of the race rust off. But no, it was good to have Scotty alongside me on the grid. We kind of knew we saw the gaps in qualifying, and we saw that there was a bit of a gap behind us. And we kind of knew we saw Highcut and Verk were pretty well long gone. I know how quick Verk is, and I know I'm not keeping up with him, so. It was just about kind of doing our race. It was unfortunate to see Highcut drop back. Like he ran a fantastic race and probably deserved to have P2 himself. The red mist descended when I got the 3-second pen, which I didn't feel justified for, and then I got a 4th warning anyway, so that just removed any chance of getting rid of it, which was really cool. So, but it was awesome working with Scotty all night, jumping in the VC together. We were bouncing strats off each other, what lap to box. He's got some incredible gear that he's running, and being able to tell when we could, drop into space and what guys we'd be battling on the way out was really useful for us. I definitely struggled toward the end of the medium stint, but that last stint on the hards felt really good, and I just kind of said to Scotty, I'm like, look, I know we've been in DRS all race, man, but I've just got to go. I saw the gap coming down the high card, and I saw there was an opportunity there to gain an extra pace, and got lucky with that, and big G up to Scotty too for lifting off the gas at the end to allow me to have the P2. So that's a huge result for the boys. I had one guy missing, and it'd be good to get Orange back on the grid. But Scotty and I can keep doing stuff like this all season and bouncing this kind of stuff off. It's why we do this. It's the team aspect of it. Of not managed to win many a team's championship here. So that's the goal. Again.
You certainly have. I don't think you've lost one, Fury. I don't think you've ever lost a team.
I have a 100% conversion rate of constructors championships and a 0% conversion rate on drivers championships. So,
even in Formula 4, you were still in that. You didn't lose a constructors title. Yeah, so you did a phenomenal.
It's just how it is, mate. It's the team environment. Like you get around it. Like I'm all for helping out the guys as a unit. Like it's not just about me at the end of the day. I've got 3 other guys with me on the grid. So I've got to try and G them up and see what kind of pace we can get out, and if I can pass on some tips that I've learned along the way as probably a veteran racer nowadays, to pass on to these guys to give them some strat tips and get them up the field as well. At the other day, that's where the big points are. So huge for the boys. Massive shout out to Scotty. I'll give Jazz Blues Cat as well at his first ever league race tonight. A bit nervous, and I'm sure he'll come good in the next few races, and we'll put in some work behind the scenes to get him up to speed as well. And shout out to Verk. He had massive pace, and I don't think there was going to be anybody keeping up with him tonight.
Yeah, he had did a phenomenal job, did the Verkster, but nevertheless, we're talking about you at the moment, Fury, and that was a phenomenal race. I loved how Scotty just got enough in front of Highcar and at the end lifted. I wasn't too sure if he was going to take that P2, but no. Those boys doing the team thing, I love it.
Look,
absolutely love it.
Second last lap, it was just before he passed Highcar, it was, hey, the more you two battle, the more it helps me. And he's like, yeah, all good. I just want to drop him out of DRS, and we just got him out, and I saw the gap behind. I knew I had Highcut. He was struggling really badly out of all the traction zones, so I was covered for him for the pen, and I'm like, look, I need about 5 tenths coming out of the final corner, and he's like, yep, just roll it up to the line. I'm like, yep, perfect, and gaps worked out really nicely. So Scotty doing the team thing to help me out in pot 1, and I'm sure that favour will be returned later on in the season.
Absolutely, mate, and fantastic drive from you. Awesome job, Fury. P2, just what the doctor ordered. A whole chunk of good points for Jack Daniels, and congratulations on a great season opener, mate. Well done.
Cheers, mate. It was good to be best of the rest tonight behind Verk, and we'll go again in Melbourne.
That's it, man. Well done, Fury. Well done, Scotty. The JD boys, P3, P2. But nevertheless, before we get to Verk, I just have to bring up this again for Highcut. Thank you very much for your follow, mate. You are follower number 200. Woo! Thank you very much. Why didn't you follow before, Highcut? No, I'm joking. As Broken Reptile, the man, the myth, the legend, welcome back. Thank you very much, mate. Great to see you in the chat as well, of course. But nevertheless, we're going to move on to our victorious P1 winner here. I'll tell you what, head and shoulders above the field there, young Chaslick. Done a great job in qualifying, put it on pole by a couple of tenths of a second and then never looked back from that moment on. Furky, well, that was class, mate. Congratulations on a stellar drive.
Cheers, mate. I don't know how to say it, to be honest, because I don't know how I thought.
Oh, we've just lost Verk.
Oh, you there?
Yeah,
there?
mate. Yep.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I thought I dropped out. Yeah, sorry, I don't know. I don't have nothing to tell you. Sorry, I don't know how I did that.
Well, you did a great job, mate. You did an awesome job. Chaz, have you got anything to add to, get Burke to answer something? I mean, he's just sitting there going, I don't know how to answer anything. That's not how it's played.
Yeah, trying to be
Oh, we've lost
everybody. That's what it was. But
sorry, Chaz, you just blacked out there for a second. Yeah, mate.
Come on, yeah, no, Verk, I mean, you got a pole position, you got the fastest lap, you got a race win by 17 seconds almost. It was an absolutely brilliant distance. You're in a league of your own. I mean, did you feel any threat at all from the cars behind?
Well, I know how fast a lot of these guys are. Like, I raced with them in different leagues, and I know how fast they are. So I wasn't expecting to be where I was. I was expecting a decent fight, but honestly, I don't know where that pace come from, because I usually don't really like Bahrain, to be honest.
Well, whatever you did, I would suggest you do it over and over and over again, because it's obviously working for you there, mate. I mean, I don't know if you're playing. Listen, I know exactly what I did, but I'm not telling you because I felt really good out there today, and I'm not giving away my secrets. Or you generally don't know, but we're going to leave that one for another day. But Turkey, mate, you, as always, done a stellar job, man. There was never any doubt, mate. Awesome drive. Never looked back. The class of the field by far, and unfortunately, you didn't claim a driver of the day. We gave it to Salmons, being one of the new kids on the block, making up, I think, 4 positions in the end. And, no penalties and a phenomenal drive from him. But we'll get to him in a little bit. But yeah, stellar from you there, Verk. Talk us through one of the challenges. I mean, there was a time there where, you boxed and the JD boys were going for it. You nervous at all? Like, I mean, when you came out after that first pit stop, you did have a lot of overtakes to make. And, of course, you need to make them, and you make them as quick as possible just to progress through the field. And you did that with ease. It was just like you were never missed a beat. I do know you have been racing, the whole duration that we had a bit of a break, which is no problem at all. I mean, everybody does. But your progression from 23 to right now 25 has been phenomenal, man. That was an awesome race. Probably arguably one of the best I've ever seen you drive, mate. And I've known you for a few seasons now, and yeah, keep it up, man. That was good. Really, really good.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, honestly, just so I didn't really come in with any sort of game plan, to be honest. Just do the two meds and then hard, and just smash the meds out. Just the pace, just max that out for the meds, and then sort of just coast on the hards and see what happened. But yeah, it definitely worked out.
Yeah, absolutely it did. Absolutely. There's a couple of strategies being thrown around in the chat, and I did keep an eye. There was one in particular. I think it was it a soft medium or a medium soft there, Chaz? I'm not too sure what he did say. I can't remember. I'm trying to find it. But yeah, nevertheless, I don't think that was the way to go. Berkey nailed that strat spot on, and the pace he had in the seat of that car was phenomenal. I'll tell you what, Verky, that reserve bad boy looked really good on you, mate. Looking forward to seeing you strut your stuff, hopefully, when you get another opportunity. Put your hands up anytime. We'll put you on this grid. Fantastic job. Great. Excuse me. Great.
It was a brilliant race from you, Verky, but now I think we have got Salmons isn't here, the driver of the day with his first race of the season in league racing. It was an absolutely brilliant race from you, Salmons. Well done, mate.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Had a lot of a lot of fun with that one. I tried every tire. I just went medium, soft, hard, and I figure out which one was best. But I think it ended up being an alright Strat. Probably medium, hard would have been better. But yeah, and I had a good race with JC. I think was smashing me, and managed to just stay ahead of him there. And obviously my top 2 competitor being Scotty is the thing to aim for. So maybe you're on 5 tonight, Scotty. Not there in P2 or P3 right at the end. But yeah, no, it was good. I don't like Bahrain, and it was a surprise to me not to stuff up and get penalties or spins. So yeah, no, happy with that. So yeah, no, enjoyed it.
Well, great first hit out, Salmons. Awesome drive, man. Gained, I think, was it 3 positions in the end? 3, 4, 3? Yeah, kept it clean. Came home together with Nat, and you've worked really well together in the middle part of that race. As the JD boys were, you were just starting to break away from those guys behind, and it was super critical for the end result. And phenomenal teamwork, and well, individual drive as well, of course. That's why you are the driver of the day. Gained the most spots, kept it clean, 0 penalties, done these compulsory 2-stop, and finished in P5. Oh, we've got blank. Chazza, I'm having an absolute mare. Where did Salmons finish?
I think it was P6. I think
P6.
Yep.
P6 it was. Yeah.
Close enough. Yeah, no, good points for Coca-Cola. So thanks, boys. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. So, well, Coca-Cola on the board, just as big as what JD were, and we did touch on stream that they do go well together, and we'll just see how this one pans out, of course. Lamborghini were the only team that had a full plethora of drivers on the track, and well, that will tell in the championship tables. That will be coming mid-week, of course, but I don't think there will be anything to report. That was a relatively clean, extremely clean race. Excuse me, and as you do see on that graphic, we press on to Melbourne next week, of
Keeps
course.
the stewards happy.
It certainly does. It certainly does. And of course, Highcut does have the SXR lap record around that magnificent circuit. 1 minute 19 point something or other. I missed the end of that. But yeah, as you can see on that graphic. So looking forward to seeing how the boys strut their stuff on our home circuit. Tell you what, I know everyone, when it comes to Australia, everyone wants to win that one, of course, being the home guy. But we welcome back Tactical Genius. We welcome back Brad Tay. We welcome back Filthy Orange next week. And, of course, Brian Bromley. So we're hoping to get a full grid next week and get these boys back in the fold of racing competitively and cleanly and doing what they do best, of course, out on track. But thank you very much for that one. Chaz, anything further to add there, mate?
No, I think we've covered everything that needs to be covered. It was brilliant racing, obviously. The race winner Verk in a league of his own. Fury and Scotty, absolute masterclass teamwork there from them. Salmons, the driver of the day, showing us what he's all about. It's a brilliant opening round of the season.
Absolutely, mate. Well, no better way to finish this one off. Well, thank you very much for joining us for our season opener here, Season 3, Southern Cross Racing. We do hope you can join us, same time, same channel next week. Thank you very much for watching. We do hope you enjoyed that show. I know the drivers did. Thank you very much.